A very good evening, very good afternoon, a very good morning from wherever you're listening in from. I am your host today. I'm Hamna Muendo, a CashTelex investor and also a travel consultant by profession. I would like to appreciate all of you that are on platform right now. Thank you for putting aside some minutes of your time to be present with us here today. I would like to welcome you to our meeting today. Thank you for keeping time. Tonight, I would like to have the opportunity to bring on stage a very educated gentleman with a history in the computer world. He is well knowledgeable on all that has to do with business. Not only that, but he is also passionate about CashTelex. Not only is he an investor, but he is also an enthusiast in this particular field. Ladies and gentlemen, I kindly request that you fully invest your time into our presenter today and dedicate your attention to him. He's none other than Abdul Wahid. To you, I pass the mic, Abdul Wahid.
Thank you very much, and thank you all for the attendees for joining us in our humble gathering. So I will proceed to share my screen. And I thank you, our host. I thank you, our dear host, for conducting and setting the guidelines for our gathering. Thank you very much. So today's topic will be blockchain and wealth distribution. So, first of all, congratulations to the Ugandan CashTelex city, as it has already been fully reserved. All 370 units have been reserved by real people or real investors. So, when we look at information security, the parts that we think of when dealing with information security, we are mostly concerned of three specific aspects: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. And throughout the information security work, those that are tackling in that field are trying to address those three specific aspects at the same time, trying to create a way to tackle those three options, not options, but three specific aspects, while at the same time keeping the same exact system secure, right? So, and in comes this new technology called blockchain, where we safely tackle those three exact points that bring a lot of worry to those that have not had access to this exact technology. So, blockchain and whatever happens in the blockchain network has, let's say, has this CIA triad, or confidentiality, number one, integrity, number two, and availability as the third specific worry to tackle. So number one, confidentiality. All right, on a blockchain network, we have confidentiality, meaning, let's say you want to create like a social media network on a blockchain, right? We have already systems in place that can easily create a room for confidentiality between users, say from user to user with no intervention in between. And number two, integrity. Integrity or integrity of the specific information within the said network per se. So, and number three, availability. You need ease of access to that specific network or for this specific, for whatever systems that you may be using in this blockchain network. Or in this case, for the CashTelex uh, exchange, you can easily access that on your phone, on your PC, on whichever device that has access to the internet. So these three specific points are easily addressed in a blockchain network. As such, we should be within ourselves to take heed and take advantage of this new technology. So, sorry, right. So, blockchain and tokenized assets. So we'll first explain what are tokens or what's tokenization. Tokenization is the process of converting assets into small units that could be tradable. So tokenization is basically, let's say I have a house. I can tokenize that specific house into small units or into small tradable units that could be owned by whoever that chooses to own that specific part of the house. That's the basic gist of tokenization. Breaking down of something that's valuable into small units that could be owned by multiple number of people, by a certain number of people, right? So that's the basic gist of tokenization in the simplest form. So tokenized assets equate to the digital representation of physical assets. Again, as I explained in an example a while ago. So, for example, you can divide an asset worth of $100 million or 100 million US dollars into small units of, let's say, $1, meaning you can break down an asset worth that amount into small units of $1, right? So in essence, you could get multiple people, right? Or you could get 100 million into bits and pieces of $1 units, right? But in essence, this tokenization makes it easy for users, right, to easily break down, or for people to break down a massive, huge asset into small units that could be easily tradable or easily owned uh, by especially people of the African peninsula. So let's move on to the next slide. So what exactly is CashTelex? So CashTelex is number one, a financial institution broken down into 100 million shares or 100 million tokens or 100 million units. But in this context, we will be looking at 100 million units or 100 million shares. So, number two, what exactly could be CashTelex? This is a pan-African financial firm that uses blockchain technology to distribute wealth to the public for the purpose of uplifting the common people, right? or uplifting the lifestyle of its specific shareholders. So whoever that is a shareholder of this of the CashTelex, right, is basically part of the what is mentioned here. Those that will be uplifted when the value of CashTelex rises up and higher. So number three, these shares can only be bought by Africans in this current stage. So in this current stage, we clearly understand, or we clearly know that Africans are the main uh, specific people that are targeted to by the CashTelex, those that are more easily welcomed at this current phase. So that's the basic understanding of what exactly this CashTelex is. So we move on to the next. So what are the tasks at hand in 3 to 5 years? The first task is 1 million African households, stabilizing their lifestyle by looking at providing them with a daily passive income. We all know that $10 can be, if you're looking at Ugandan shillings, that's a fair good amount to an average person, right? You can get dinner, you can get breakfast. It's a good amount to receive daily, right? So this is one of the fundamental tasks that we hold dear in the current phase, or within the current 3 to 5 years. And the second task is providing access to decent food, clothing, accommodation, and health insurance. So number one, the first task is basically 1 million households, right? Stabilizing their daily life by providing a way to earn $10, or at least $10 in daily passive income. And number two is providing access to food, clothing, and accommodation. And most importantly, health insurance, right? So those are the current two tasks are that have been set as a goal for the current phase, or for the next 3 to 5 years. So what exactly is the CashTelex ecosystem, right? So this ecosystem consists or comprises of multiple other aspects within the system. So this is the this is Africa's first asset-backed blockchain that is successfully building solutions to solve the existing crypto issues in the blockchain space, like volatility, scalability, and instability. So what do we have as number one? Number one, we have the exchange, the CashTelex exchange. And number two, we have the CashTelex cities. Number three, we have remittances, or the aspect where we have a system in place where we could easily send money abroad, right? For those that are working abroad, you can easily send some CashTelex back home, right? That's the third point, remittances. So number four, CashTelex gold shops. Number five, CashTelex mobile wallet, or the mobile terminal. And the sixth point, the trading options. For those very that are very familiar with trading, or those that are in it for trading, yes, we do have trading as an option within the ecosystem. So number seven, we have the e-commerce site, or the CashTelex Go online shopping. For those that have the need to do online shopping using CashTelex. So these are the current these are the current these are the current parts of the ecosystem that we will be addressing today. So number one, so we will be first looking at the sources of revenue from the ecosystem. So where exactly does the ecosystem get any kind of money from within its sources? So number one, digital bank services as enabled by the exchange platform. So as we are all familiar with the I'm pretty sure we are all familiar with the exchange platform, or the or especially those that have accounts within the exchange platform. I'm pretty sure we are all familiar with this specific point. And number two, the global mobile money services as enabled by the mobile terminal, or as enabled by the wallet, the CashTelex wallet. And number three, real estate, or the CashTelex cities. Number four, gold trade, as in gold stores and cash out points. Number five, the e-commerce platform, or the CashTelex Go. Those would be the main sources of revenue from the ecosystem. So what are the benefits? What do we get from this? What do we get from the equal wealth distribution, right? What do we benefit from this CashTelex? What are the main benefits? So number one, there will be a system in place that makes sure that we have daily dividends. For those that are shareholders, there will be daily dividends at a 20/80 ratio. So I urge you all to clearly create an account and invest whichever amount that you may have, right? Because once again, this is a very big this is a very big initiative with which Africans are first thought of as at this current phase. So, of course, number one, the benefits, the daily dividends, 20% for the system to operate, and 80% for the rest of the shareholders. That's the daily dividends ratio. And number two, this this issue, or this point, tackles the e-commerce platform. So getting up to 40% discount when you buy items on the CashTelex Go using CashTelex. When you buy any items, right? When you buy any items using any other currency on that specific platform, you won't be receiving as much of a discount compared to using CashTelex when buying any specific items within that platform. So once again, this is an incentive for using CashTelex when on the CashTelex Go platform. So number three, secure money remittances across the world 24/7. This, to put it simply, since this system operates on the blockchain network, we have a certain degree of security with money remittances, or money or sending money abroad, right? Sending and receiving money abroad. This system gives us less worry on that specific aspect of security. So number 4, 24/7 trading of CashTelex and other currencies. So this option touches upon, or this option would would relate more with those that are very familiar with trading, right? If you come into this with trading as a main goal, then yes, we do have that as a benefit, as one of the benefits. So those that are professional traders, those that are really good at trading, yes, we do have trading as a benefit within this system, within this ecosystem. So we move on to the next the next slide. So drivers of the CashTelex value growth. So what are the drivers that drive the value growth of CashTelex? Number one, from the start, we understand that CashTelex is an asset-backed currency backed by real gold and real estate, or essentially backed by these specific physical assets. And number two, we understand that once again, it is of limited quantity, right? And when these specific shares, 110 million shares, are of limited quantity, we automatically understand that yes, there will be an increase in demand. When we look to one of our predecessors, one of the predecessors in the cryptocurrency world, Bitcoin, we understand that it wasn't always like this in the first year of the Bitcoin, right? And when we look when we look much closer at the Bitcoin network, we understand that it was gradually increasing in demand, thus driving its value growth to get higher and higher. The current situation of Bitcoin faces a completely different uh, problem. And touching upon that briefly, the problem is basically it's not being backed by any physical asset, and thus it will keep on going. It will keep on fluctuating in value. So number three, sorry for getting off topic there. So number three, usability of the CashTelex Go platform. Usability, or the utility component of the CashTelex Go e-commerce platform. Number four, main currency in the exchange, or main currency in the CashTelex exchange platform, meaning CashTelex can pair with all the currencies within the exchange platform, right? Meaning CashTelex can be equally traded, right? Not equally traded, but you can trade CashTelex for Bitcoin, for example, and Bitcoin for CashTelex on the exchange platform. Number five, the increasing growth of the CashTelex community. So these are the basic drivers of the value growth of the CashTelex. So we move on to the conservative projections of CashTelex. So we look at this table and we can clearly see that in the first row we have year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these are projections that are expected to happen in the coming years. So in the first year, we can see that the CashTelex value, according to this projection, right, is of that of $5, equating to 1,000 CashTelex, right? So when we multiply this, what do we get? we get $5,000 in value. And judging by the currency, USD, Ugandan currency, we're using Ugandan currency as an example for these projections. So in the first year, we can easily see that the value can equally equate to 18.5 million Ugandan shillings. So in the second year, when the value rises to $10, right, $10 of the same number of CashTelex, we equally understand that once again the value skyrockets to that amount. For example, $10,000. And when we find out the exact amount in Ugandan shillings, we find out that it's 37 million Ugandan shillings, and so on and so forth. $15, 1,000 CashTelex, $15,000, and $15,000 equating to that amount of value in Ugandan shillings. So these are the conservative projections in the 5 years as mentioned in this table. So this is a basic summary of the benefits. Number one, right? Number one, we understand that one of the benefits are the daily dividends or the daily income from the 2080 profit sharing concept. Number two, capital gains or the value growth of your CashTelex. Number three, discounted access to new products in the CashTelex Go platform or the e-commerce platform. Number four, medical insurance. Number five, instant global remittances and gold share exchange. So these are the summarized benefits of the CashTelex, of, let's say, being an investor in the CashTelex platform. So these are the current 5 firsts or the current achievements of the CashTelex. So number one, this is the first of Africa's assets-backed blockchain ecosystem. This is the first asset-backed blockchain ecosystem. Number two, this is the first of Africa's blockchain ecosystem with a profit-sharing model. The model that we're using is a profit-sharing model, where everyone benefits from the ecosystem. Number three, first of Africa's asset-backed digital currency to be used on an e-commerce platform, meaning CashTelex Go will be our e-commerce platform where we can use our CashTelex in buying said goods within the platform. Number four, the first digital asset to be backed up by both gold and real estate. Number five, the first blockchain ecosystem having such a rich financial ecosystem. So these are the CashTelex 5 firsts, or the first 5 achievements. These, in a way, can be called achievements that are unique to CashTelex. So what are the requirements to participate? Number one, what you need is an ID or any form of identification ranging from driver's license, a passport, or a national ID, right? So that would be your number one thing to look out for when planning to participate. Number two, you need an email address, right? An email address to easily create an account on the exchange platform. Number three, a smartphone for ease of access, to easily access your accounts. Number four, an investment from, in this case, 20,000 Ugandan shillings or 60 US dollars. An investment from that amount and upwards. So those that sign up or those that participate will in turn benefit from these benefits that are clearly stated within the CashTelex ecosystem. So let's move on to the next slide. So the CashTelex implementation roadmap in 12 months. So number one, the closure of CashTelex Cities reservation. As we saw in the second slide, we understand from the second slide that the Ugandan CashTelex city has been fully reserved. And as such, we understand that this roadmap or this achievement has been fully completed. And number two, we move on to the next step, increasing more trading volume of our in our exchange. Number three, groundbreaking to start construction of the said CashTelex cities. And the next step would be the launch of gold shops. Number five, the rolling out of CashTelex Go, or the shopping platform, or the e-commerce platform. And number five, launching remittances, right? Making it easy to those that are abroad to equally or to easily send money overseas, right? Or to easily send CashTelex overseas. That's the basic gist of remittances. And as such, it is urged upon all of the attendees to register at the exchange website, right? At the exchange website. And once again, this is the URL for the website. You can easily copy that or type that into the search bar and you'll be directed to the site. And if you're on your mobile phone, yes, you may see something like what you see on this page as demonstrated by this phone. So success loves speed. That's a good motivation for many of us. And these are the contacts for the Ugandan branch, the branch in Uganda. That's the phone number, that's the WhatsApp contact, and this is the Telegram. This is the Telegram platform for those that are interested in joining and hearing about the updates of the CashTelex. So thank you very much, and thus I conclude my presentation about the wealth distribution and blockchain of the CashTelex ecosystem. Thank you very much, and I pass the mic back to our host, Hamna. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Abdul Wahid. That was a very, very insightful session. We thank you so much for elaborating more of that to us. We thank you for being a lovely audience. We thank you for dedicating your time to be here present. Today, we hope you carry back to your families and loved ones what you just got an experience of here right now. Thank you very much, Abdul Wahid. Other than that, have a lovely night.